In this video, I want to share to you about how to make the tiny house from start to finish. Okay, and the first step, I make the frame of the floor with wood or lumber, and I have to divide the frame of the floor of this tiny house with horizontal and vertical alignment, just like this on this video. And I divide for the horizontal alignment with the 3 rows and several rows for the horizontal, and as we can look from this position, and then I have to make the column with wood. I arrange and I adjust for this column for the wall frame, just like this. I mean, you can see about this, and then I make the beam of the wall of the roof, and this is about the arrangement. This is about the beam arrangement, and after that I make the inclination about the roof frame. I put the around 25 degree for the inclination about this roof frame, just like this, and I place on this position. I divide into the two type of the roofs. The first roof is with 25 degree inclination with this arrangement, just like this, and I divide it and connect and synchron with another frame, just like this, with the beam frame or another frame, just like this. And I prepare for the first for making the skylight system of this tiny house, because it's very important before we develop for the another. Okay, and this step I put the position of the door entrance, just like this, and I put the another frame to hold for another openings and door, just something like this. And this is about the little roof on the front on the entrance area. I mean, I put the another frame to make the strengthen of the connection between the another wall frame, just like this, and I make sure that the elevation of this wall frame is synchronized with the another furniture to make the interior component for the another step, just like this. And this is I make the window of the bathroom, and this is about the window of the kitchen area. This is about the window of the kitchen area, I mean, and it is about additional frame, just like this. This is about the additional frame, and this is about the additional window. Because for this first step, we have to make sure the frame position and door and window position, especially for the skylight. In this moment, I produce the skylight system. I adjust the skylight to synchronize with the roof frame, just like this. And then I fill it with foam on the floor and the wall. So the foam function is for to keep the humidity and the temperature from the outside, from hot and cool weather, just like this. Because of that, the foam as an insulation is very important for this prefabrication house or for this DIY tiny home, just like this. So we have to put the foam as an insulation on the roof and on the floor and all over the frame, just like this, except for the skylight position, just like this. In this condition, I just adjust for the another leaf with another foam anyway, and I adjust for the another frame to make sure the foam could be installed correctly. And this one. Okay, and the body of this tiny house is almost done because it could be covered by foam, I mean. And after that, I make the another layer of this tiny home, but in um, in the drawing technique, I wanna make the another object to make sure I could subtract the layer it correctly. In this way, I make the waterproof paper. The waterproof paper is very important because we have to protect the another element, especially for the frame and for the interior element from the humidity from the outside, and to protect from the rainwater from the outside. I mean, and we have to make the waterproof paper on the roof also because it's very crucial position of the rainwater system, just like this. And I try to adjust again, and I try to synchronize with the another doors and opening to make sure the waterproof paper could place on this every single side of this tiny house correctly and perfectly. And it's so very little bit complicated to make this waterproof paper because we have to make sure that every single side and every single corner are complete. And this step I make the plywood board because after make the waterproof layer, I make the plywood to make to cover the waterproof for the first, and I have to make the holder for the roof and holder for the siding component of the siding component from of this tiny house. And on this step, the shape of this tiny house is almost done anyway. And I prefer to make the purple color of this tiny house siding and tiny house exterior just like this because the color is very the color is very uh, unique and iconic, and it could be different for the another tiny house as usual. Because and then I make the cantilever of the roof on this entrance roof just like this. I make additional frame with the wood, and I try to adjust for this interior tiny home. I make the waterproof layer for the floor just like this. I make the waterproof layer also, and after I make the waterproof, I make the plywood board just like this, and I make the layer again with the finished floor, and I have to divide between the main floor and bathroom floor, of course. And I make the additional frame to support the loft bed, and I put the bathroom door just like this, and I make the additional frame for holding the bathroom door just like this. Okay, in this step is very excited because we have to repeat for the first step until this position. Okay, and I adjust it for making the interior board finishing, but I make the waterproof layer first, then I make the another layer such as board just like this, and this is what the finishing wall of this interior this tiny home. I prefer to make the difference material for this interior. I prefer to make the wooden concept just like this, and it's almost done for the interior. And I try to put the interior appliance, the home appliance, and I try to put the bed just like this, and I make the railing for safety of this loft bed. And the last, I adjust the bathroom wall just like this because this bathroom wall it's didn't finish for the first step, so we have to make sure the finishing more for this bathroom. I try to difference the bathroom wall and between I try to make the difference between the bathroom and the main room wall, just something like this. I try to make the natural texture of this bathroom wall, so it could make more representative for this tiny home. And I try to put this bathtub, wastafel, and closet of this tiny house. And I put the before and after frame of this tiny home, so I have to release for another fixture, and this is about the result. thanks for watching and just wait for my next video in this channel. Thank you.